are trying to decide whether ebooks are better than physical books, such as this one. The problem with real books are they take up a lot of space and they're kind of clunky. However, studies have shown that you retain more information from real books than ebooks. So my solution is to find a better way to store physical books or find a way to somehow retain more information from ebooks. So we all know what a real book is, but does everyone know what an ebook is?
Yes, I do.
Yes. Regina?
Yes.
Okay. Have you ever used an ebook before?
Yes, I have.
Did you like it?
Yes. I have used an ebook when I've been out and about and it wasn't convenient to have a heavy book.
Yes, I have.
I use an ebook every night.
So you three are kind of major bookworms here. So which do you prefer, the ebook or a real book, and why?
Regina?
For me, it depends on the situation. If I can get away with carrying a real book, I will carry a real book because I just like holding books, turning pages. If it's inconvenient and or you're someplace where you're supposed to be paying attention and not reading a book, then I will use an ebook.
I like a real book as well because I love the feeling of accomplishment that comes from turning page after page and seeing how much you've done. Also, I like that if there's something I want to refer back to, it's much easier if it's something like, now what year did that happen, or who is this character, or where are they now? So I prefer to do that. But if I'm outside or somewhere where it's just easier to have the ebook, like when I go to Shakespeare.
Yeah. Grandma?
I prefer the ebook because I'm usually in bed and it's easier to have in bed. Or if I go out and sit on the deck, it's easier to have that. Now I do read in the bathtub sometime and then I want a real book in case I would drop it because I've done that and it didn't work out very well.
So Lexi, you and I aren't really avid readers, so which one do you prefer?
I'd say ebook. I feel like I read faster.
Read faster. I kind of switch back and forth. I like physical books sometimes just to like accomplish something, and then other times I like the ebooks just because I feel like I can take it around with me. So what do you think about these ebooks compared to real books? Do you think like they're just the same, or do you think they're a little bit different? I mean, obviously a real book's a little bit more chunkier, but any other real difference?
I think students, if it's a book for information, being a teacher, my students like to have a real book there.
Yeah,
if it's something for searching for information. But if it's pleasure reading, then I think an ebook is fine.
The ebook, say you don't know what a word is, you can look it up right there. I mean, right, you get to the word and you can find out what it means right there, which is helpful.
Definitely.
I think personally that ebooks allow people to scan more quickly, so I don't know how in-depth reading is happening. It's also, while you can highlight and take notes, incredibly cumbersome for me to do, so I would rather, if it's something that I have to pay attention to, or I want to write notes in the margin, I want a real book.
Yeah, I agree, especially with sociology. Having a real book instead of the online book works better for me. So, to those who have used both, do you think you've retained more information from the ebook or the physical book?
Personally, I think that depends on the person. I remember just as much if I'm reading an ebook as I remember if I'm reading a real book. If I'm extremely tired, it doesn't matter which one I'm reading, I'm not going to contain it. So I think that's subjective to how often the person reads and how well they contain information.
If I'm reading an ebook, it's for pleasure, and so for pleasure, it's a little bit easier to, you don't have to worry about retaining quite so much. So I haven't had any problems with that.
Lex, any thoughts?
It's the same.
The same? Graham?
I think it's the same for me, but most of mine is for entertainment, either way.
All right, well, thanks, guys.
You're welcome.
Regina?
That was me, Regina.
Regina Valette.